Hello, my name's Martin and I'm the owner of musicteacherinfo.com. In today's video I'm going to be talking about how to become a music teacher, specifically how to get started and get your business up and running. I remember when I returned to the UK after finishing my studies in America, I felt quite overwhelmed about starting my piano teaching business. In my opinion, most degree courses can teach you how to become a proficient performer and an accomplished composer. But many don't really advise students on how to start a business and build a music career, how to become self-employed. With that in mind, here are a few things you need to consider to get the ball rolling when setting up your business. Firstly, try to avoid teaching in your student's home, if it's possible. I learnt this the hard way. I remember when I was studying in the UK for a diploma in popular music, I would sometimes finish my lectures and then drive across town to teach a number of students each week. I wasted so much time travelling and being stuck in traffic that suddenly my rate per hour just didn't seem quite as good. Not to mention the lost money due to gas and wear and tear on the car. At the end of the day, time is money. So if you spend 2 hours in total to teach a 1 hour lesson, it means you could teach 2 lessons in the same time if you did it in your own studio. Of course, sometimes it can't be avoided. If you're teaching a child, some parents might want you to teach in their home so their son or daughter feels comfortable. That's understandable, but I would certainly increase your lesson fee if you have to teach in a student's home to offset this cost of gas and travel time. You should ensure your studio is set up correctly. A nice, neat and tidy workplace for every student who comes through your front door. This creates the right impression and ensures you appear more professional and serious about your teaching. Teach in a quiet room where other household members won't interrupt or distract your lesson. You should also make sure you have the right equipment. This also creates the right impression with your students. Ensure you have a good computer, a tablet with fast internet access, which means you can stream videos on YouTube very well. You should also have a good sound system for playing music, so music stands and other equipment specific to your instrument. Your payment terms, very important. Don't be a soft touch. That's my main tip with this. If you start being too flexible with payment, you'll make things much more difficult in the long run. I suggest asking your students to pay in blocks of 5, 10 or 20 lessons in advance, rather than on a lesson by lesson basis. You could even offer a small discount to encourage your students to pay for a group of lessons. Make it clear that prices are subject to review on an annual basis. And lastly, create a cancellation policy. This can save you a lot of problems down the line if a student becomes unreliable and you start missing out on income. You can come up with a policy. I think a 24-hour or 48-hour cancellation policy is fine. Give it to your student in their first lesson, or just before their first lesson. This should be okay if your student has paid for a block of lessons in advance, as you won't have to chase them for payment for missed lessons. But you just need to protect, your income. If a student starts cancelling all the time, you don't want to be losing money. I know some music teachers who are very relaxed about their payment terms, but I also know others who almost never do refunds. Just choose a policy which is comfortable for you, but make sure you're protected for any cancellations at short notice. Finally, another quick tip to show your professionalism is to always try to book lessons back to back, even if you only have a few students. I think if you're showing your students you're busy and in demand, this creates the right impression and shows that you're a well-respected and sought-after teacher. Now here's a key question. How do you actually find the students? This can be a bit tricky. We need a proper sort of marketing plan. I actually have a book on this which can really help students or teachers like yourselves to build up a successful teaching business. The advice in this book, basically helped me to build a piano teaching business of over 50 students with a waiting list. And I managed to reach 50 students within, a few months really. If you visit my site, in the link below, you can actually download the first chapter of this book for free. Thanks very much for listening, and I hope this advice has been useful.